Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to me. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Building Conference. My name is Oludare Fasola. Tonight, we're going to be looking at another topic: why most insurance and financial advisor never break six figures. So let's get in, let's learn. I'm going to be sharing practical strategies. What happens to me when I started my business, what I got stuck, and what actually changed, what really makes, you know, make change everything for me, right? So I totally understand that this business is not about effort, it's about strategy. If you agree with me, put it on the comment chat. Strategies. If you agree with me that insurance business is not about effort, it's about strategies. Many of us as an insurance agent, we put so energy into the business, and of course we are still getting the same result. So I'm going to break it down tonight. This is not a theory, this is a practical strategy sessions that you're going to have a lot of nugget to take home to change your business. And if you have any insurance agent, please, financial advisor, financial planner, mortgage agent, a real estate advisor, if you are selling coaches, if you are selling digital businesses, please join me tonight. I will be breaking down how you can scale your business to six figures, right? Once again, welcome on board, right? Just the normal way of starting the program, wherever you are joining from, I want you to please type in the comment section where you're joining from and your name. I just want to meet you. If you have any question, please drop it on the comment section. I'm going to attend to your question after the meeting. Again, I also have, we have a strategy sessions tomorrow for medical professionals. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about what is retained earning. How can you use your retained earning as a medical professional? So of course, insurance agent is also, you can also join in order for you to help your, medical professionals and business owners. The goal is to educate ourselves. The goal is to open our eyes to importance of financial education. Let me just say this, right? It's baffled my heart that most of us as an immigrant, right, we go to the bank, we put our money in the bank, okay, get 0.001%. You go to the bank again to ask for credit card, and that same bank give you credit card at 25%, 20%, 21%, depending on your bank. It's scary. It's lack of financial education. So the goal is to educate ourselves as much as possible, get understanding of how money works. They don't teach money in university, and you need to learn how money works. If you don't have financial intelligence, it's going to be very difficult for you to build wealth. So I'm going to quickly pull up my slide, and we jump and dive into the presentation tonight. As I said, please take as much note as possible. You will be blown away with the kind of information I'll be sharing today. All right, let's get in. Right. Why most agents never break six figures, right? This is something that I've seen a lot that happen to many, many insurance advisors, financial planner, real estate professionals. It's a barrier. You have been in the business for so many years and you didn't break out of six figures. So I'm going to use myself as an example where it all started. I migrated to Canada in 2017 as a refugee with my family. So back in my country, Nigeria, I used to work as an accountant. And my thought then was, once I landed here, I'm going to go back to what I used to do in Nigeria. But, I tried to do all I could just to go back to that profession. It's not easy for me, right? Package my resume. I remember then that I used to send thousands or bunches of resumes out on daily basis, only for when they we've proceeded with someone else, we'll get back to you, we're going to let you know when it is time for it. So I'm just tired of waiting for all of that. So I started looking for what I can do at that time. So I was actually introduced to the financial services business. Don't forget that at that time, I don't have status. I don't have anything. I just literally moved here. Uh, we don't have any status in Canada. We're still trying to find our footing, trying to get our bearing when the business was introduced to me. And of course, I'm still like looking at, can I stay in this country? Because we went for hearing, we're denied immediately, and we're on deportation on our back to Nigeria. But I asked myself one simple question, that even if I would go back to my country, I needed to make some money. Okay, let me tell you this. I didn't start with advantage. I started with hunger. I didn't have the perfect setup. I had a positive and a willing mindset. The major problem many of us are facing today is that we focus on something that we cannot control. The major problem we are facing today is because we focus on things that are really, really drain our energy, that are still our energy, that are still our happiness, are still our joy. So let me tell you this. For you to be extremely successful, to be a six-figure earner in this business, you must have a willing and a positive mindset, right? I came to Canada with nothing, right? No money, no network, no connections. And this is what baffles me a lot. Again, like, when you talk to people, the question they will ask you is that, where can I get people? I don't have anybody in this country. I migrated in 2017 without any, I don't have anybody, I don't know anybody in this country. But because I have a willing mindset that, look, a step forward, it's a step in the right direction. I believe that I can do it if other people are doing it. Okay. Just work ethics and willingness to learn. If you, and I'm telling you today, if you are willing to learn, trust me, you're going to build massive, massive wealth in the business, the early wins. This is the truth. The beginning was very exciting, right? I got licensed on 29th of November 2020. But prior to that, I started what you call, we have a system, like, where I work, we have a system in place where it actually allowed you to grow your business, leveraging on people that already have the result, leveraging on people that already have the experience. So I was introduced to the business. Within 2 months, I was able to introduce 7 other people, including one licensed insurance agent. And that was the beginning of my early win in the business. It was amazing. It was fantastic. Within the first 5 months of joining the business, I made my 6 figures. 7 months, I make $200,000. 12 months, I make $500,000. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm getting the result. I'm, coaching other people. But you know what? It's not about making more money, right? It's not about selling policy, okay? It's not about bringing other people to the business. It's about educating Canadians on how they can, invest their money wisely, save on taxes, and protect life. Now, what makes people to join this business? If you ask 99.9 people, and this is what I've been getting from people, right? If you ask them, why do you want to join this business? Some of them don't even know why. And my early win is because I understand the importance of financial education. I understand that the more people I reach, the more life I touch. I understand that I needed to educate people on the importance of financial education. So I see many people retire in this country. They don't have enough money for retirement. I understand that people are living from paycheck to paycheck. I understand that people are working at Walmart at age 70, age 80. This is my passion. This is what makes me to say, hey, I need to educate more people. All right. It's not about selling policy. Okay. It's not about make more money. It's about educating people. If I just work harder, it will scale. This is the hard truth. Activities is not the same thing as growth. If you agree with me, please put it on the comment section. Activity is not the same thing as growth. Many agents stop here not because they are lazy, but because they are misled. If you are in this business, if you don't have the right mentorship, if you don't have the right coaching, if you don't have the right guidance, it's going to be very difficult for you to scale. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for you to scale. And I've mentored a lot of people in this business, scaling 6 figures year to year. Also helping other people as well to scale and to build. So for me, building 6 figures business is not difficult. You just need to look for somebody who has done it and leverage on that person's result, right? Work with that person and let that person show you the strategies to build. As I said, activity is not the same thing as growth. Many of us are very, very busy for nothing. Like you are very busy, but you have nothing to show for it. When the struggle started, this is where most agents get stuck. So I started in 2021, 2021, 2022, 2023 was amazing. Like, I'm scaling from year to year, right? But it got to a time when the whole thing become very, very difficult for me, right? And this is where most insurance agents quit. That is why many people give up their license, right? Because why? If you get to a certain stage in this business, you experience that as well. So recruiting become a problem for me. Like, remember when I started, I was able to recruit 7 people within 2 months, but I get to a level where I'm finding it very, very difficult to recruit. Number two, closing deals become much more harder for me because why? I ran out of leads. So people that I used to call, I've exhausted all my warm lead, all my contact, and I needed, to reach out to more people, right? Growth becomes slow. The last the fourth convention I attended, I'm not really, I don't like the vibes. Like, I noticed, I realized that something is not working. Something is really going on with my business. And this is what many of us don't realize today, right? You have to sit down, reflect, review what is happening to your business. If you don't do that, how will you be able to understand where you are and where you are coming from? Because a lot of us, we are dwelling on the past glory. Oh, I mean, 6 figures income earner. I mean, 20,000 ring earner. I mean, $500,000 ring earner. Those ones are yesterday, right? But you need to understand that what worked yesterday might not really work for you today. Momentum slow down and motivation dropped. Okay, the problem is not an was not an the effort. The problem was strategy. So I needed to change the way I run my business. I needed strategies for me to scale again. So if I really want to continue that momentum, I really need the strategies. This is the meaning of challenges to me. Okay. The meaning of challenges is, if your business has no challenges, you are not growing. If your business scared you, you are on the edge of your next level. The question is not whether you will face challenges, it is how you see them, right? A lead mentor used to say this. Kuyamala said, look, what how did you see the problem? What did you see out of the problem? Like, many of us, he said, when you pray to God to give you chicken, if God gave you chicken, God is not going to cook it for you. Many of us face challenges, but see good in that challenges. Many of us see rejection, many of us see chargeback, many of us see pushback as a way to give up licenses. But for me, I see obstacles as a feedback. Anytime I face any obstacle, I do reflect. What is the lesson to learn from this? What do God really want me to learn from this, what is happening to me, right? When the whole thing slow down, when closing becomes very difficult, when recruiting becomes very difficult, the question is, what can I do? God, what exactly do you want me to learn from this? I also understand that resistance is a redirection. Now, if you are trying to, if you're trying to do something, but it's kind of, very difficult for you to move forward, like God is telling you that you need to redirect, or you change the way you are actually doing it. And of course, when time I'm struggle, I identify the gap, the skill gap, exposure. If you are struggling to close, if you are struggling to recruit, you probably might have to check yourself. Say, do I really have maybe communication problem? Am I having problem when it comes to appointment booking, or scheduling people? Some of us we find it very difficult to connect with people. So if you look at all of these, it will be easier for you to understand that, look, I needed to do something different. And this is the turning point for me. I realized that I had to change. Okay. So I have understand that from the old part of cold calling, long hours, chasing lead, I needed to do different thing, which is positioning, clearer message, and authority and marketing. Now, what changed for me is to come up with a clear brand positioning message, right? And I've been doing that for a couple of years right now, and I can tell you that it makes a lot of differences in my business, right? Now, if you are struggling today, the question is, what are you doing before? What can you do differently that will move the needle? Because at the end of the day, right, the reason why you are in the business is because, I mean, you want to close, you want to help more people. But if you don't get leads, if you don't have that appointment, how will you close? So I understand that I needed to identify, I need to niche down, right? Number one, identify my market. Who exactly do I want to serve, right? I focus on medical professionals. Okay, medical professionals, what is their major problem? What are the problems they are facing? Taxes, retirement planning, and building generational wealth. So now I needed to understand that now I needed to help medical professionals to build wealth, to save on taxes, and to also help them to retire early. Okay. So now it's also now, what strategies do I need to use to do this? Is that maybe I have to start doing podcast. I have to start, posting on daily basis quality content that will educate them on the need for them to understand the importance of retirement planning, wealth building, how they can save as much of their money from taxes. And of course, this is what helped me a lot to solve the problem of recruiting, scaling. And today, I help others to do that. All right. So the new path is, this actually give me a better visibility, strategic outreach. Now, if your message is not clear, your client will not buy. And your message come from your brand positioning. Like, what who are you really, really serving? Like, who is my ideal client? Many of us focus on, if you ask 90% of licensed insurance agents today, who is your ideal client? Some of them might say, I'm helping immigrants in Canada. Of course, immigrants. There are a lot of immigrants in this country. Are you talking about immigrant professionals? Are you talking about nurses? Are you talking about medical professionals? Are you talking about IT professionals? Are you talking about, truck drivers? Are you talking about non-profit organizations? Because if your message is not clear, your client will not even understand what you're talking about. All right. And this actually reduce the pressure on me, because now I can focus on who exactly do I want to serve, and give me a better understanding of the market and how to go about it. So if you are here today, if you want to scale six figures, you need to sit back and ask yourself, right? You need to niche down, right? Understand who is my decline. Look at the problem, all right? And I tell you, the more problem you solve, the more money you make. And what are the strategies to solve that problem? This was my wake up call. The shift from effort based to strategy based thinking changed everything. This is what changed everything for me. Six figures wasn't about working harder, it's about thinking directly differently. So if you are doing the same thing that you've been doing for the years and you're getting the same result, this is the time for you to sit down and apply all these strategies in your, and I tell you, just go back today after this call, right? Sit down, ask yourself, who is my ideal client? Come up with that niche, right? This is the group of people I want to really serve right now, and start crafting very fantastic and amazing message, post on your social medias handles in order for you to attract them. What actually changed everything for me is attractive marketing that changed the game. Number one, social media branding. If you go to my LinkedIn today, if you go to my YouTube, you have just one message: helping medical professionals to build wealth. That is what you're going to find it, right? And, every day, every week, I have to come up with at least one problem. I should be able to put up content that will solve any of this problem for this group of people. You might really not, you don't need to don't worry whether they see what you are doing or not. They might not be the one to see that. Somebody might actually see your post and say, hey, I know one medical professionals that I want to refer to you. And trust me, that is how things work. I did a presentation on YouTube one day. Immediately after the presentation, a doctor called me and said, Fashola, I needed to have a meeting with you, with the person that we had we did the podcast together that day, which is uh, one CPA, Tolu. I said, I needed to have a meeting with you because what the guy is saying makes a lot of sense to me. Imagine that. So you need to understand is that it all comes from the brand, my message. Two, clear position, right? If you cannot really, like, if you really want to scale 6 figures, you must define your unique value, right? Tony Robbins said something, right? He said, we are born equal, right? But when it comes to values that we bring to the marketplace, we are not equal. And the value you bring to the marketplace is a function of the value you have within yourself. So, what is your value propositions? What do you bring to the table? Like, do you think that your message is clear enough, your content is clear enough to drive more people to you to understand what you're saying, right? Authority messaging, which establishes experience. So, in order for you to build 6 figures, you must make sure content it's learning, is continual. You have to continue to learn. You have to continue to learn. I attended an event last week Tuesday, and I learned something very profound, right? So the head of estate planning, uh, tax and estate planning for the company said something, right? That when it comes to claiming interest on policy loan, all right, for CRA to allow it, it must actually be related to income generating assets, right? Because many of us just feel that, oh, once you take a policy loan, you can write up that interest to your profit and loss. But it goes beyond that, right? That money must be for income generating assets. For example, you probably might take a policy loan and use for real estate and all of that. So we are talking about corporation this time around. I'm not talking about a personal, I'm talking about a corporation. So when you understand, when you have enough knowledge, when you have education, when you have skills, when you have experience, it will help you quickly to build that 6 figure business. Why many of us are struggling to close this knowledge gap? Because we don't understand some basic things about the business. Educational content, okay? Please, you must understand that today, content is the currency of today. Post quality education content that will resonate with the people that you are serving, and trust building, okay? Relationship before the sale. So you cannot expect everybody, like, just come online and you want people to be buying from you. You must build credibility, you must build trust, right? And trust starts from the way your branding, your positioning, the way you engage people, the way you also post quality content online, right? So you must understand that people stop asking what I sell, right? And they started asking how I will help you. Like, this is what I do on daily basis. I don't sell anything. I only help. How can I help you? The hard truth most agents miss: 6 figure is not about selling harder. Number one, no clear brand. So you know what? The reason why you are struggling is because you are invisible, right? And your premium clients are looking for you, but you are not visible, right? So if you don't have a clear brand, right, you probably you just be talking and nobody knows your thing. You must be very visible. Visibility comes from your brand positioning, your the way you position yourself on social medias and all of that. It actually, today your social media is your business card. So you must be very, very visible. Two people might be doing the same thing, right? The person that is visible might not be as experienced as somebody who is not visible, but guess what? The person that is visible has a higher advantage of quickly scale, than somebody who is experienced and is not visible. That is the truth that I want you to know. So don't think that people that are doing very well, they are adults, they are more experienced than you. The reason is because they just feel like, I just need to show up, whether I'm happy or not, whether I just want to do it or not. You just have to be visible. Two, no position. Now, like I said earlier, right? You can't serve everybody, right? How do you position yourself? Who is my ideal client? How do I actually position myself in such a way that my client will understand that, oh, this particular person is the ideal person that need to solve my problem? Okay. Some of them are depending on hope, not system. Like, let me tell you, if no matter how much you are making right now, if you don't have a system in place, you're just running on a treadmill, right? And you see, any business that does not have a system, that business is just a matter of time. So my question to you today: what system do you have in place to scale to six figure? Right? What system do you have in place? Okay, if you don't have a system in place, many of us don't have a road plan for 2026. As an insurance agent, as a financial advisor, as a financial planner, how will you be able to scale? It's going to be very, very difficult. No visibility, investment. Now, you must be ready to invest in yourself. The best investment is the investment in yourself. You have to read books, you have to attend webinars, seminars, events. You must update yourself, because why? If you don't update yourself, if you don't invest in yourself, how will you be able to help more people? Confuse effort with leverage. Don't think that it is your effort that will make you to scale. It is leverage on system, leverage on technology, leverage on social media. Don't be that advisors that are just like, doing one thing over and over and over again, and you're expecting different results. It's going to work like that, right? Most agents don't break six figures because incomes follow identity and system, not hustle alone. That is the bitter truth. Okay, you are not alone. If you are struggling right now, I've been there. I told you how I started, confused. Like, I started very, very well, but at some point, the whole thing, I can't figure it out what's going on. Uh, I've been frustrated in the past, feeling stuck, and sometimes I even ask myself, do I really want to continue in this business? At the time, I was going through those things. I was asking myself, do I think I really want to continue this business? It's as bad as that. So if you are that kind of an agent, you are not alone. I am here. So all you need to go do right now is to go back and apply these little things. Unfortunately, people keep complaining because they don't apply what they learn. All the things that will be sharing every week here, if you can apply it, you'll see that result in your business. Your struggle does not mean you are failing. It means you are being prepared. Like, when I was struggling, I know God is actually preparing me something. So this is it, right? If you're an agent who stuck below six figure, feel overwhelmed, work hard but invisible, know you are capable of more, this is for you. Show what you're not taught, right? Like, I'm here to show you that, right? If you really, really want to scale, so you can book a clarity call with me. I've been doing that in the past, and I can actually help you. All right. So we're gonna explore to real industry insight and how we have been helping other people to scale. Number two, we're going to explore the blind spots, what's holding you back. Like, we're going to diagnose you, just like, you go to a medical doctors and they actually diagnose you, look at your business, what is holding you back. And we're going to share what works for you from the field, not theories. So, this is not a theory. Like, we have been doing this, we have been helping other people to scale. So it's not giving up for us. So six figure is not luck, it's land, right? Who is ready? Who is ready? If you are ready, put it on the comment section. I'm ready. Let's go. Who here feel like they have been working hard but nothing seen proportional result? If that's you, everything we covered today was designed specifically for your breakthrough. I'm Oludare Fasola once again. Thank you so much for joining. I really want to appreciate you for your time today. So tomorrow, if you have any question, you can drop in the comment section. Let me check the comment section. Okay. Wow. Mancole, you're ready. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate you for your time today. So, as I said, if you're stuck and you need more clarity, right? We are streaming on all the social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Please book a clarity call with me. I'm gonna ready. I'll walk you through the strategies of how I've been helping other people to scale. This is something I love to do. I really love to, like, help people. I hate suffering in my life. I don't like it, right? So if you hate suffering, put in the comment section. I hate suffering. I don't me. I don't. I hate suffering. So if you hate suffering, put it on the comment section. I hate suffering, Lord. So I just want us to understand that the level of your thinking, okay, has a lot to do with your business, right? So if you think abundant, you see abundant in your business. The problem, what you see is what you get. Like, unfortunately, because people focus on negative things, they are stuck, right? Please try as much as possible to apply to what you are planning today. On behalf of the Wealth Building Conference team, I want to thank everyone that's joined tonight. See you tomorrow for another session where we'll be talking about how to use retain earning, what is retain earning, and how you can use your retain earning. Bye for now.